Ah, there it is. I was looking everywhere for my jacket. Left it in the truck the other day when I was out with Stan. So, as you can see behind me, it's rainy, it's foggy, it's kind of chilly, but we're gonna go on an adventure. Gonna meet Stan back at the pit, and we're gonna do some bush hiking, and we're gonna hit an old 1880s rail station, which we've done before, but in the spring, there's always new signals. Gonna get Gage in the back of the truck here. I keep forgetting to drop that fridge off at the office. So I'm a little bit early. Stan's not going to be here for another half an hour, 40 minutes. And where I'm going to park, it's actually, the water's really high. I wanted to get out and swing that shoreline because that is the Voyageur route right there, this waterway. And I've never done that shoreline. And then you guys can see off there in the foggy distance, there's some train cars out there because that's where the tracks are. And we're going to walk the track up a mile and go back to where the 1889 tracks ended. Well, I was hoping to get right down in there, but I don't have any way to cross this. It's all flooded. No, you stay out of the water, you. Because I wanted to do that shoreline back there, but and as I stand here looking at that, I remember I came here last year to do the same thing, and because it was flooded, I couldn't get out there where I wanted. The water is still ice cold, so you're not going to be wading through that water this time of year, but there's a spot I want to check right there. Eventually we're going to get to it. Now I've got half an hour to kill waiting for Stan. There is a sure sign of spring. Pussy willows. I know, he's late.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Are you paying attention, Mr. Gage? We're gonna secure that in my top pocket so that you know where it is. If you gotta drive out of here, you can find it. I know you can do it. I have faith. Well, somebody's happy now. It's Blinky! Good morning. We were just looking at the damage on Stan's car. I have proof that it wasn't some old lady he hit. Look at this. Deer hair.
Schmucko. It was covered in hair.
But we were going to walk the track over there, up, but there's so much water down there we can't cross, so we're going to go up. There's an old road that we've gone in before. It's just a trail now. We're going to swing that a little bit as we go. This hillside always screamed Voyageur to me as well, Stan. Did you ever swing up there?
Once or twice. I walked through just to walk. Nothing.
Something about it. I don't know. So Stan's digging a hole to China here. I said, look behind you, bud. There's an old car 3 feet away from where you're digging. You're probably going to dig up some car parts here.
Or maybe an old coin that fell out of the pocket of somebody. It's down deep in the sand.
Hey, you little thief, get over here. Give me that. No, we're not doing that this season. Give. Oh, he's sitting down. He's in it for the long haul now, Stan. Come on.
Who's gonna win?
Okay, give, buddy. No, give. Enough. Drop it. Drop it. No, this isn't a game. Stop. I'm leaving you at home. What do you have all over your face?
All right, Tom.
All right, what'd you get? 30-30 shell.
Is it 30-30?
Here you go. A little early Christmas gift.
Gage.
Lots of moose sign on this trail. Yeah, look at that right there. 2 more big piles right here. Oh, look what I found right here.
Oh, Mr. Beaver.
Nope, not a beaver. Canine of some kind.
Canine, yeah. Yes, I think.
Fox. I bet you it's a fox skull.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Oh,
Nuts for a nut.
nuts.
Nut.
All right, I need to get out there. Big old beaver lodge, but we're gonna use the beaver's dam. And we're gonna cross on the dam to get out where we're trying to get. Treacherous, that's what this is. Slippery sticks and treacherous. Gage says just swim across, Stan.
Yeah.
Behind me is the 1880's railroad right there, and it stopped here at this location and was abandoned for 10 years. So they had an outpost here. Guys were here all the time. We've detected here before. There's a bottle dump over behind where Stan is digging.
It was actually the stores building for supplies.
Stores building was here. Kyle and Stan wandered in here and they were just poking around. They weren't detecting, and here's some of the things they found. I don't know what that is for, but here's an old scythe blade. That's pretty cool. Some 1890s glass. Stoneware. Some of this nice old purple glass. That stuff, there's a chemical reaction that takes place in that glass. That's why it turns purple like that. So any of the old pre-1900 stuff, that's what happens. Don't know if you guys can see the purple in there, but there you can see the purple. Oh, look at that. There's even an old Clockworks piece here. So we're on top of bedrock here, so it's not very deep, but I am getting a mid-30s signal right here. Huh. Apparently it's right here. Okay, well, that is a big old square nail, I guess. It's definitely square. Of course, it's right in the mud. Chunks of iron. Okay, so there's something still in that plug that I pulled out. Probably another chunk of iron or a nail, but yeah. Another great big square nail. And right here is the foundation where the old storehouse actually was. You can see it's super overgrown down in there, but there's a pit here. We've pulled a bunch of stuff out of here. Pocket watch, silver coin. So I mean, this is probably still worth swinging, but it's so full of brush, it's damn near impossible to get to. Go check on Stan. I think he's digging in the bottle pit over here. I'm not finding anything but old nails, so. Okay, so here's some of the pieces that Stan's pulling out of here. Of course, they're all broken, but definitely.
There's a couple of holes in here somewhere, bud. This whole pit, this was your bottle pit. I only dug one little hole last time, and I got one hole, one good bottle at the bottom. This should be dug by, what's his name? Below the Plains.
Yeah, this is definitely, 1880s, 1890s. We did find some inkwells that were whole and some small bottles that were still whole.
In here. Come on, baby. Yeah, but see this. Down.
There's glass there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You can hear it.
Just gonna check it for any little bottles.
Yeah.
He digs out another great big piece and he just throws it. I said, you gotta check it before you chuck it. And look, there's a top right here, Stan. Look at.
Yeah, nice top.
There could be a full little bottle in there, that size. There's another one in Stan's clump, even bigger. Look at, look at.
Okay, you're the clump man.
Hey, look at the size of that.
Yeah. Nice little whiskey neck. They got a lot of whiskey.
That's 4 inches. I know 4 inches.
There, little deeper.
We just need to find one little intact bottle.
Yeah.
And then the trip is worth it. Just save some history.
Once you get rid of the glass, then we can get down again.
All kinds of bottles in here. 1800s all day long.
All day long. Same color and everything.
There's an old top to a pickle jar, Stan says.
Yeah, they put them in straight up, buddy.
Pickled eggs would go right in there. Okay, so I just dug down to bedrock there. It's only another 10 inches. So it's not like there's going to be 6 feet anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's glass.
Okay, this one's got some writing on it. I can't make out the first letter, but then it's R-I-S. Still no idea what that is. Gotta cut through the roots without trying to break the bottle.
Oh yeah, that's glass over there.
Whole whackload.
You just might hit a bottle.
There's an old brick.
There's glass. Just come on. Give me one.
Well, there's a big old square nail Stan just dug out of the pit. Wonder why there would be one in there. Why they would throw that in the bottle dump. I don't know. Hey, check this, Stan. I think it's a handle to a fork or a spoon or something.
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah, handle, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna take out this clump right here.
All right, I'm gonna leave Stan digging the bottle dump here. I'm gonna take the detector and see if we can detect something. All this stuff is broken. They didn't even have the decency to gently place the 100-year-old bottles. Well, okay, they weren't 100-year-old at the time, but still, no forethought to the future, Stan. 29, 28. Well, you see that point right there? I don't know, some kind of stake or something. If I can get it. A railroad stake. All right, what do we have here? Huh. Another, well, I don't know, chisel of some kind, I guess. For all my lady detectorists out there. There it is. There it is. I said a little shot for all the ladies out there. Stan says when he used to work at the bar, the ladies would pay him for that view. They'd throw their change on the floor so he'd stop and bend over and pick it up. Yeah, right, Stan. Huh, square nails. Again, imagine that. There is what we were getting, that strong 29 signal. Chisel. 32, 33. Huh. Piece of stove, maybe? Cast iron stove. All right, down here where the beavers roam. High 30s, low 40s. Right on the edge of the beaver pond. No. Not a chisel. I've seen something like that before. Brass. Let me wash that off in the beaver pond. Ooh, that water is ice cold. All right, that looks very familiar to me, guys. We've seen something similar to that, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Copper, brass, alloy. See if Stan can jog our memory here. I got something that, I don't know, we've seen before or something very similar. Do you know or remember what that is?
Closest thing I ever got to that was like a musket guide.
I was thinking something like that too, but that's way before the time of this place.
Yeah, well, they were in the area here, yeah.
Because you can see where it would.
Top
Oh, nice.
coming out of this edge. It's all back right into this mound here.
Nice. Now
Nice
find the bottle that it goes with.
Yeah.
You can see on this piece that there is a slide right here.
Yeah.
Where this tube would slide into something.
Or part of something to do with a firearm, but I can't see it being a handle to a tool.
He's still digging. Start practicing your Chinese, Stan.
There's a nice old cork top. Yeah. Just give me a hole.
The sad thing is, guys, I told him I think it's going to go right down to the water. So he's still got another 8 feet he's going to have to dig out here.
See, we're into the sand there.
Yeah, that's the bottom for sure.
But the glass is kind of into the sand.
Another brick.
Yeah.
Okay, holler if you find anything in one piece.
Yeah.
Huh. I was getting a really loud signal, stuck the shovel in and flipped out this, which might be a shovel itself. What is it? That might very well have been a shovel. Or the lip of an old bucket, one of the two. Okay, there's something else down here. Another big square nut. I think that's what that is. Huh. Well, it's an old hinge. Gonna see if I can get in here by this big old tree. That is a monster tree. I grow weary of metal plates and rusty junk. Ah, handful of square nails. There's 3 of them right there. All right, here's an old lid to a jar. I wonder if I can brush that off. Well, if there was any writing on there, it is long gone. But it is a very old lid. You can see it's got the 4 crimps on it. So I'm getting another signal, but as I'm rooting around on in there, I'm pulling out some china. Maybe an old cup or something.
I think I had this hole cleared out.
A little baby square nail. That's what the signal was that was still in the hole. Stan was lamenting that the last time we were here, he had cleared all the brush out of this foundation. Well, give it 2 seasons and it's grown back with a vengeance. You gotta trim your bush more often, Stan. No comment.
No comment.
I just looked at my detector. I set it right down in the poop.
Didn't have much to do then, eh? No radio, no TV.
No, the old harmonica
Play
reed.
the spoons and blow your harmonica. When you slip, you sliding, and
Calamity of errors.
you're eating what?
I just about went in the drink there. Stan's saying, hey, there's somebody's slipper down here. Down here in the swamp, there's a slipper.
I think something ate them. Looks like a slipper, you know, the bottom of the slipper with the red edge.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Turtle soup. Something got him.
Huh. Yep.
He's long excavated.
Actually, no, you know what, Stan?
Hibernating?
He might be in there hibernating.
Let's put him out on a sunny rock.
I see what looks like a leg right there.
Okay, well, bring him up on a warm rock and put him in the sun. That'll thaw him out, if that's the case.
Well, he's either... I'm not touching him, but I see skin in there.
Okay, well, just carry him.
Solid 26, 27 right here. Right under the root. Railroad spike. Okay, and right beside where the railroad spike was, I'm getting another signal here. Ah, big square nail. Well, by the time we walked back out to the vehicles, we both decided we're bushed. That's enough for today. We'll catch you in the next one.